did we see a new Manchester United in our 4-1 win in our pre-season game against Bournemouth? Bournemouth are a side that beat us 3-0 at home last season. They are the kind of side that we struggled against. And we put up a good show. I'll say I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because it is pre-season, but that was probably the best display of Amorim's system that I've seen. I'll say I believe in the system more after our performance yesterday. We zipped the ball around well, especially in the first half. We looked like a Manchester United team, being confident, taking the game to the opposition, and we were good value for the win. Um, Hojlund, Hojlund was a standout. His performances in the last two preseason games have been decent, more than decent. He's put himself about. He's looked faster. He's looked sharper. He's looked stronger. He's occupied defenders. And he took his goal well yesterday. He put himself about well. And I would like to see Hojlund score some goals. I like to see what a confident Hojlund looks like. Confidence is one area he struggled. I like to see him get some consistent goals and to see what a confident Hojlund can do. I mean, it was interesting to see the way he celebrated his goal yesterday, bearing in mind the Sesko rumours were hotting up, and it seems like it was a statement of intent from Hojlund that he wants to make it work at Manchester United. So I welcome that. We need a confident Hojlund. There's no guarantee we're going to get a striker that will be a guaranteed improvement on Hojlund. Sesko would need time to settle, so we need a confident Hojlund going into the season. And Dorgu, that's probably the best I've seen from Dorgu in a Manchester United shirt. Took his goal well and gave a really good assist for Hojlund. Crossed it in with his right foot. He looked really strong, really fit, really athletic. And even Amorim after the game said Dorgu looked like a Manchester United player, and that's huge, bearing in mind he's 20 years old. Overall, I'd say it was a really good display of Amorim's system and how it can work. We had Mason Mount in left 10, dropping into centre midfield when Bruno was caught ahead of the ball. We had Dorgu tucking in sometimes if Bruno was left the midfield positions vacant. So these are things that I don't think we really saw last season. Players understanding the system and how they're supposed to work with each other within the system. So this was another thing to take encouragement from yesterday. And we obviously hope that we're going to continue to see this in the next couple preseason games and be ready for the big game against Arsenal on the first day. I'll say some of the players that have stood out in the US part of the tour have been Yoro. Yoro's looked class, like a Rolls Royce. I think he's made that right centre-back role his own. We have Dorgu, Bruno, Hojlund. These have been some other bright spots. As far as the defence, Dorgu, like I said, I believe he's solidified that right centre-back role. And then we've got Maguire and De Ligt for the centre-back. And we've got Luke Shaw and Aiden Heaven. Aiden Heaven and Yoro are pretty young, but honestly, with what they've shown so far, I wouldn't mind seeing them get a lot of game time this year. And I'm expecting big things from both of them based on what they've shown whenever they've been called upon with Aiden Heaven. And Yoro just looks like he's getting more confident and showing more of why we spent so much money on him. So the defense, we've got Martinez to come back. So I believe personnel-wise, we're in good shape as far as the defense. And going through the rest of the team, we've got Ahmad on the right. I'd say he's probably slightly ahead of Dallo in the right midfield position. Right wing back position, and then Dorgu looks like he's staking a strong claim for the left wing back position. And centre mid is one area where I do believe we need to seriously go back into the market, because I'm not sure if Casemiro and Bruno is the midfield that will take us back to where we need to get to. We've got obviously Maino and Ugarte. Ugarte's got to do a lot more, I believe, to stake a claim for that position. And Maino, obviously, we all know Maino's talent. So we want to see him stake a claim for that centre midfield position. But I don't know if Maino and not sure what the right combination will be. Whether Maino can play with Bruno. I'm not sure if that's possible. So centre mid is definitely somewhere that we need to strengthen still. Cunha missed this game through fatigue. So we didn't get to see Cunha for the second time. But I believe Cunha will be starting on the left 10 position. And Bumo, he should be playing the next game. It will be great to see what he's going to be able to do, how he's going to work with the others in those forward positions, and maybe even see what Mbumo and Cunha can bring out of Hojlund. So for those that saw the game, are you optimistic? Are we getting a bit ahead of ourselves? What players do you think have nailed down their position in Amorim's system? Let me know in the comments.